Alright, here we go. Hello everybody and welcome to the Liquid Pasture Community League Season number 3. I am Lidloop, the host of this tournament and the caster for today. I am unfortunately solo for this matchup between Next Level Badasses and the EC Police Department, but hopefully we can get through into this game, in there with some good excitement, and enjoy some good old-fashioned Dota. I'm really excited to be bringing this to you. I don't usually cast on weekdays. It's a little bit of a weird time for me. It's like 9 o'clock. I'm looking outside. It's dark out right now. But I'm going to bring this whole series to you, and hopefully we'll be able to witness some excellent Dota, which I think with these two teams we might be able to see it. Alright, but anyway, getting right into it, we have Next Level Badasses banning out the Bat Rider, and EC Police Department banning out the Nyx Assassin and the Wisp. Fairly standard. I don't even think there needs to be anything said about that. The Gyrocopter ban, maybe not what you usually see, but here we go. Here we are, right into a Triad Protector as the first pick. I don't even know where to begin with it. This is a hero that's been continuously buffed time and time again. I don't even feel the need to talk about him that much. Everybody knows by now how good Living Armor is. It just allows you to be so safe in lane. And while a lot of people call it boring and a lot of people don't really enjoy the spell, I have to say I don't think it's that bad. I like the spell as a whole because it allows more aggressive. I would like to see teams use it more aggressively, but I mean it is really, really strong. So not real surprising that you're seeing him picked up. I am curious to see how Next Level Badasses is going to respond with this, because I think you can pick up a Darkseer, and yeah, actually right there we have it, a Darkseer pickup right immediately afterward. And Ion Shell is so good anytime you go against somebody who has Living Armor, just because the Ion Shell hits them so many times and actually completely nullifies the damage, or the regen from the Living Armor. So, good pickup, I have to say. I like it. I definitely like to see it. I like the Keeper of the Light too. Keeper of the Light, he did see a few nerfs in 6.78. Did have the strength he reduced, but overall he's still really strong. He does have the Chakra. Chakra is free mana for everybody on your team in that tri-lane. And of course Illuminate, I don't think you need to talk about that too much. Speaking of 6.77 to 6.78, we have a Lifestealer picked up now. Again, he's seen a couple of nerfs. I'm actually kind of interested. I'm not exactly sure if Rage causes the Living Armor to dispel, but I don't really know. I think he probably could have waited a little bit to pick up the Lifestealer if you were going to. I don't see him being as high a ban material as he was before, just because his laning phase is significantly weaker. It's harder to run an offensive tri-lane with him, and I don't think anybody can say that that's true, or that's false. The Open Wounds nerf really does hurt his laning phase a lot, in my opinion, to the point where, you do have to kind of level that up at least a little bit in order to get anything out of it. But I am curious to see exactly what they plan on doing with this Lifestealer and Triad. My guess would be maybe pick up something like a Clockwork. A Clockwork and a Lifestealer really do work well together. Once Clockwork hits 6, go in with the Hookshot, Infest, and all of a sudden you've got yourself a 2-on-1 in a Cogs if you're able to hit the Hookshot. But taking a look at bans, we have the Puck and the Storm Spirit both banned out. Good opportunities for the Nakes Bombs. So definitely good bans out by Next Level Badasses. I have to say, definitely the two that I would have picked indeed. Especially not seeing any mid heroes picked up yet. Meanwhile, EC Police Department is going with the Bane and the Phantom Lancer to be banned out. But they do leave the Shadow Demon in the pool, and Next Level Badasses picks it up immediately. Again, this is something that's been going on for a while. Shadow Demon's just very, very good against the Lifestealer. The Demonic Purge just causes the Lifestealer to not really be able to engage at all. And as long as you kite him effectively. One hero I would like to see Next Level Badasses actually pick up would be a Naga Siren. If they pick up a Naga Siren here in the 4th pick, I think that would be really good. Keeper of the Light with the Chakra Magic it would basically be an incredibly safe lane, and the Naga Siren would do a lot of good against the Lifestealer if they decided to run an aggressive tri-lane against the Naga. So maybe they'll be deciding to go that way. I mean, I personally, Naga's is actually one of my favorite carries of the patch. The 10-second cooldown on Riptide is so good. It's actually amazingly effective, and I say anybody who has the chance to try it out, it's unbelievably powerful. It more than makes up for the base damage that she got, the base damage loss that she had a few patches ago. EC Police Department is third, picked up the Lone Druid third. Lone Druid is a hero that I guess you could call it a nerf, but it's more like a bug fix. The armlet's no longer viable on him, so I'm kind of curious to see what EC Police Department's going to do. They could choose to run him mid. I think the biggest thing about it is I don't think you're going to see the bear running into the enemy creep wave and pulling in the off lane as much anymore, just because if you let that bear die, sorry about that, guys. If you let that bear die, it's 300 gold now to the opposing supports, and that's something that you definitely don't want to give them, because that's ward money, that's boots money, and if the supports start getting their key items up, that's just going to cause a lot of pain for you guys. And actually, speaking of mids, we have a Queen of Pain pickup, so I'm a little curious to see why they didn't pick that up right away. I would have liked to see them pick up their tri-lane carry, but I definitely have to say it's not a bad idea. And a good ban out there with the OD. OD against Queen of Pain, especially with living armor, is an absolute pain in the ass. Queen of Pain, normally a hero that likes to get aggressive, likes to try to kill the mid hero as quickly as she can. With the tree and OD, it just doesn't really become possible. You don't have the mana pool, you don't have the damage that you need to get through the armor. And so yeah, I pretty good ban out there from them. I hope I'm right. I hope this is a Naga so that I can be proven right. I'm not sure if it's going to be though, but I think Naga would be the absolute best pickup here. Just come on, please badasses, make me right. Make this come true. Come on. So I'm hoping. I actually have my fingers crossed right now. So looking at while we're waiting on their pick, why don't we take a look at EC Police Department? It does look like they need a mid still if they're going to run a solo lane Lone Druid. Okay, not the Naga. Instead, we're getting a Skeleton King. This is going to be actually interesting because Skeleton King does have some pretty effective right clicks. But I mean, my only problem with this is that, you know, you're running a strength carry against the Lifestealer, and to me that just never really works out properly. To me, you need a hero with armor. Armor is what is effective against Lifestealer. And you're not going to be able to do this getting a gigantic HP pool. Now, granted, he does have an innate Vampiric Aura, and he has a critical. But I just think that it would have been better to see something like I think it would have been better to see the Naga Siren or another agility carry. Maybe even a PA, to be honest, because PA does actually really well against Lifestealer as well. Oh well, I mean, but it is as it is. They picked up the Skeleton King. I can't say it's my favorite pickup, but it's not the worst pickup I've ever seen. Finally, the last pickup for EC Police Department is Warlock. Warlock against Queen of Pain. It's a pretty even matchup, I'd say. The Warlock does have to play it very safe, though, or else the Queen of Pain is just going to be able to dive him under the tower and get the kill. So, we'll see exactly how this goes for them, and as soon as we get loaded up, the last player selects his hero, we will get into player introductions. I'd like to thank you guys all for watching. I hope that you're enjoying this. My name is Leloop. Of course, I am caster and administrator of this Liquid Pasture Community League, and I welcome you all to this wonderful game. Alright, anyway, starting out with the dire side, on the Queen of Pain we have DVG. On the Darkseer we have Sandstorm. Playing the Shadow Demon is Yurgity. Keeper of the Light played by McCoy's racist grandpa. And Disembody playing the Skeleton King. On the Radiant side we have Mandini on the Lifestealer. Solely on the Treant Protector, Tango Wango playing the Warlock, Nom de Plume on the Lone Druid, and finally Shields as the stand-in on the Jakiro. Alright, and right away we actually see the Dire team going as 5 into the enemy jungle. And they're going to be looking to run the aggressive tri-lane, it looks like. They do have Wars and Sentries, and actually a smoke picked up as well, so I am curious to see exactly what we're going to see. This is going to be a 3-on-5 engagement, and Lifestealer, if he gets caught out here, I don't really know. Doesn't look like they're going to catch him, and they are just going to pull back. So no engagement right now, but it is going to give Radiant or Dire team control of the jungle. Probably going to drop a ward to block the pool camp. You're going to see me to look around for it. Does plant down the ward, and will be pulling back into lane immediately. Alright.
And away we go.
Anyways, guys, it looks like we're going to be running the Lone Druid up top as a solo, and he's going to be one-on-one against the Darkseer. Pretty even matchup in my opinion. It's really going to come down to player skill. Although the Lone Druid Bear is going to take a lot of harassment from the Ion Shell, and so he's going to have to be careful of that. On the tri-lanes, it looks, to me, the tri-lane for the Dire team looks a lot stronger. You do have a Keeper of the Light. You do have the Shadow Demon, who actually has picked up an Invis Rune and is looking for a hero. Oh, he's going to get spotted by this Sentry Ward here. And they're pretending not to see him. And, oh, that auto attack's actually going to give it away. Yurgity's completely caught out here, but it's going to be okay. He's not going to go down, as the Lifestealer doesn't rotate over to go get the kill. Treant armor, healing back up the Jakiro. And oh, another Ice Path thrown out by the Jakiro. Doesn't end up hitting the Shadow Demon, but anyway, take a look at the early last hits. We can say Warlock's actually last hitting really well in mid against the Queen of Pain. A little bit surprising. He is 4-1. I am going to keep an eye on this, definitely. Oh. Doing a little bit of Fatal Bonds for us. Queen of Pain gets him back with a Shadow Strike, though. So, just trading right now. Warlock able to heal himself back up, so the Shadow Strike isn't going to really do a whole lot. Take a look at this bottom lane. Harass going back and forth. Skeleton King in the lead in last hits, sitting at 4 and 3, so doing pretty well last hitting in this aggressive tri-lane, despite the living armor advantage that Radiant side has. I am a little bit curious to see if they are going to go on the Jakiro once he gets out of position. This is not a good position to be, in my opinion. He's a little too out of it, but it is going to be First Blood for the... And Keeper of the Light picks up First Blood here. The Critical Strike the Mortal Strike being used, the new ability of Skeleton King, takes away the critical chance, but it does do a max HP drain, which is pretty big. And, I mean, 20% of the target's health in the early stages is a pretty big deal. I mean, you're talking about a Lifestealer that has 720 health. 20% of that is what is that? That's math is failing me, guys. Math is failing me. It's 140 about. Okay. So I mean, you're talking about a 140 damage nuke, which, I mean, granted, he gets it back after the end of the duration, but 140 damage is still 140 damage. Shadow Demon rotates up and finds the double damage rune. I'm kind of a little bit surprised. Oh, and we're going to have a pause here. Looks like we're having some lag issues, I guess. I'm not really sure. I have to say, the Skeleton King pick is a little interesting. I'm kind of excited by it, though, because I haven't seen a Skeleton King be played in a game yet, so... Looks like to be a restart we have for somebody, so... Not a big deal here. We'll take some time to talk about this. I hope you guys are enjoying, of course. Game has just started. But, excuse me, guys. But, of course, if you're enjoying the league and you're enjoying everything, you can check out the league. It's on teamliquid.net under the Dota 2 tournament section. If you're trying to find any links to it, if you're trying to find my Twitch account, it is twitch.tv/loopinconnu, LOUPINCONNU, and my YouTube page is loopinconnu on there as well. Spelled the exact same way, LOUPINCONNU. Alright, there I actually have all the VODs that I have recorded from last season, including the Season 2 finals, which I have to say was really cool. You guys should check it out if you got the time. It was between Team Page 1, probably one of the best amateur teams I've actually been able to see, and Team number 65, or the staff team of Team Liquid. It was a little bit one-sided. I am going to give that away, so it's a pretty short watch, but it's definitely worth watching if you want to see some high-level amateur Dota. And that's really what this is here to bring out. We're here to bring you some high-level amateur Dota and give you some fun games and give you guys hopefully a professional feel. Oh, looks like we're gonna have a disruption here on the Shakiro. And actually, the open wounds has popped on the Shadow Demon. Lifesteal is going low though, and Lifesteal are going to be going down. They get the Shadow Demon though right before that, but they actually end up going 2 for 1 as the Treant Protector goes down to the Hellfire Blast of the Skeleton King. It's actually so uncommon for me to see this that I actually don't know the name of the spell. So sorry about that. I won't really apologize for that. It's not a very common pickup of Skeleton King, but definitely a fun hero to watch right now. I have to say I am loving the aggression that they're using the Skeleton King for. In Mortal Strike, I love the new Mortal Strike so far. I mean, they've basically got it now 2 kills thanks to Mortal Strike. So, pretty big deal here. I'm taking a look up top right now. Darkseer, not farming up too badly. Has just about enough for the Soul Ring. Soul Ring, actually, I think he just has enough. Yeah, the Soul Ring's about 125 for the recipe plus 325. So expect to see that sometime soon. It's going to actually grab the haste rune from the Warlock. The Warlock actually desperately needing it for his bottle. And Warlock's still continuing with the Fatal Bonds harass on the Queen of Pain. Right now we have Skeleton King actually leading in last hits. He just picked up his phase boots with the 2 kills and 2 assists that he has. They're actually leading 4-1 right now. And I don't know, did I just miss another kill? I don't know. I guess maybe I did? I'm sorry, I honestly don't know if I missed a kill or not, so I was going to say, I was thinking it was 3 for some reason, and Lifestealer getting a little aggressive. The Hellfire Blast popped out, and it's going to rage dodge the shot. Oh, I would not be surprised. We're going to see... Oh, and there you have it. There's another Mortal Strike. One more attack should be all that he needs, and gets hit with the tail end of the Ice Path, but the Ice Path is not enough. He ends up getting the kill on the Treant Protector again. So now Skeleton King sitting at 4-0-2, and this tri-lane is going really well for them. Radiant side's losing that very hard. The good news though is that they are doing well up top. The Spirit Bear has picked up a Glove of Haste, so maybe we'll be seeing... maybe we'll be seeing a Midas out of him. It's a little hard to tell right now. But we'll see what he decides to go for. If he is going for the Hand of Midas, he should have it in about 2 minutes, which, a 7-minute Hand of Midas isn't that bad at all. Or at the latest, I should say, 2 minutes. So, we'll see how this goes. I have to say, this bottom lane for the Radiant side is really not going well. Keeper Light actually picks up Tranquil Boots. So he's got upgraded boots. Shadow Demon is sitting on regular boots, but he's not doing too bad. Skeleton King picks up the Helm of the Dominator, probably going to be building it into an armlet, and has the phase boots as well, so definitely getting up their items. Queen of Pain actually comes rotating down with a double damage rune, so we're going to be seeing maybe a dive here under the Radiant Tower. All 3 heroes are sitting right here. Treant Protector hiding himself in the woods. Lifestealer the only one that's really revealed right now. I don't think that that's the one they want to go on. They are looking for those 2 supports. If they find the supports, expect the Queen of Pain to be blinking in. But only has a little bit of time left on the DD rune. They do actually see her though, so maybe that... So this ward right here, really good placement by the Radiant side, is able to spot out the Queen of Pain gank coming. And they actually bring in the Warlock. So the Warlock does have 6. He has his ultimate. And so we shall be seeing... We're going to see if he drops the rock. And Skeleton King actually getting caught out. Does drop it. Skeleton King really in some trouble here. Scream of Pain goes down. And then followed that up. Skeleton King just barely surviving. Does get the Warlock. But goes down himself. And right now, Warlock and the Warlock Golem is doing some massive damage. Oh, big damage to the Keeper of the Light. They are going to have to just run away from this. I don't see how they can kill it. Oh, and Ice Path goes down. Kind of Warlock just being retreated and brought back. Doesn't want to feed back to the supports. Lone Druid does pick up the Hand of Midas. So about a 7.5 minute Hand of Midas. Pretty good, all things considered. We'll be seeing. I want to see if he goes into the Radiance build or if he's going to decide to go for the Maelstrom. It does. He is pretty well open. I don't think. The Radiance will be a little bit better for the split pushing, but the Maelstrom would be better for direct pushing and 5-manning. I think personally, in this situation, I would go for the Maelstrom, the Phase Maelstrom build. But we'll see what he decides to go for. I am a fan of the Phase Maelstrom build whenever I play him. Especially after the patch anymore. So right now we see him. He's actually sitting up on top of the last hit board. It's 37 last hits. Skeleton King actually really doing pretty well down here at the aggressive tri-lane. 35 last hits. And I mean, yeah, Darkseer's not doing too badly against him. Does pop a health pot in order to keep alive. Does have level 4 though, and oh man, has done a lot of harass damage to the Lone Druid. So Lone Druid is going to have to be careful. Probably, I'm kind of surprised he doesn't have any boots right now. Never mind. Oh, and sorry about that, guys. Did end up missing it, but does look like I'm going to catch the kill on Lifestealer. So they do lose the Queen of Pain thanks to the Warlock. The Warlock does get the kill there. But on bottom, they end up getting the Chikara and the Lifestealer. So 2 more kills bottom, and this tri-lane is just going... I mean, I don't think there's too many ways to say it. This tri-lane is going about as awful as it can be. This is a worst-case scenario on the tri-lane for Radiant side. Lifestealer does now have his phase boost, but he hasn't even started up on his armlet at all. And this is something that, I mean, Skeleton King has the Helm of Valor and now the Glove of Haste. So, and actually, he's only missing the recipe now. So... Skeleton King very close to the armlet, and as soon as he gets the armlet, he's going to be doing a lot of damage. Have the Treant Protector TP in. The Treant Protector is sitting at level 3. And let's take a look at that right now. You can see a big gap in the level difference. Lifestealer is actually only level 5, whereas you have the Keeper of the Light actually is out-leveling him. So that's a big problem here. Keeper of the Light's out-leveling your carry. That's not good. That is not what you want to have. Especially on a Lifestealer, who you really do want to have the levels on as well. Warlock has now picked up his arcade boots, and who are they bringing up? They are bringing in the Shadow Demons, so they are looking to go again. We'll see who they decide to go on. Was winding up for a Hellfire Blast, but decided not to. Keeper of the Light is going to give that out. Warlock Golem is dropped. Warlock joins the fight. Skeleton King going down low, and he's going to try to TP out, but the damage is just a little too much. He ends up getting the revival though, so probably could have waited to use that, but oh man, great amount of damage coming out. Gets down the Lifestealer. The Lone Druid actually goes down the top to the Queen of Pain and the Darkseer as we're watching this. Skeleton King is trying to run away, only has about 120 health left. They end up pulling back. So yeah, I mean, they end up getting the Lifestealer in that bottom engagement. Skeleton King, I mean, his ultimate is pop, but I mean, that's only his ultimate at the worst. And at the same time, they also stopped the Lone Druid to punish him for going with the Hand of Midas. So all in all, I mean, that's really good for Dire Team. Now, while Lone Druid is sitting at the top of the board at level 10, his net worth right now is still 300 below the Darkseer, and well below, and 1100 below the Skeleton King.
Radiant structures must have been fortified. Radiant's top tower's hurting.
And it does look like Darkseer is going to be able to take down this top tower here. Probably should have tanked the tower just a little bit, in my opinion. Although Trip is going to do his best to make sure that that tower is healed back up as full as possible. Warlock is going to manage to find himself an Invis rune, so they are going to have to watch out. And Darkseer actually finishes his mech off entirely. courier just dropping it off now, so 12-minute mech, and they're about ready to 5-man. Darkseer almost has his level 2 wall, almost has 4 points into vacuum, and that'll be about it, all that they need. Keeper of the Light brings in the Darkseer. Darkseer with the mech in it, and the vacuum, and the wall, is going to be able to make an impact on this fight, and they are going to get the Lifestealer, and probably the Keeper of the Light as well. Or not the Keeper of the Light, the Tree Protector. One more auto attack, or just the vacuum from the Darkseer, and that's all she wrote for the Tree Protector. And meanwhile, Jakiro has to get the heck out of there.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
Meanwhile, while this is going on, Lone Druid is going to try to counter push this up top. Does have 600, and they end up losing the tower down bot.
Tower's getting beat down. Dire's top tower.
Lone Druid does do a bit of damage, but isn't able to finish off the tower. So, all in all, they got a tower for that, and they got another couple of kills. The score right now, 14-3, going heavily in Dire side, in favor of Dire side. And oh, this is a bad position to be in, guys. Level 6 Shadow Demon just means nothing but pain for the Lifestealer. And Lifestealer, while he is going to regen he's not going to regen enough. Keeper of the Light blasts him one last time, and that's 3 supports that just killed a Lifestealer. So, you want to talk about worst case scenarios? Right here we have it. Shira, I think, accidentally buys another courier. Immediately sells it. But that's the funny thing about these little side pop-ups that come up. Hand of Midas is off cooldown. I don't know if the Lone Druid knows about that. Hopefully he has seen this. Lone Druid, no! Oh no. I don't know if the Lone Druid knows about this. You have to change the Hand of Midas over to the Lone Druid in order to get the XP bonus. Oh, that's a bit of a shame if he doesn't know that. I feel badly for them because there was a time where I actually was that guy that didn't know. Skeleton King going to be fighting the Warlock underneath him, and then Keeper of the Light with one blast. That was not where you wanted to be, Warlock. Sorry, but Keeper of the Light says, go home. And they're going to get this mid tower here. I don't think there's much that Radiant side can do. Taking a look at items right now, I mean, you take a look, and there's nothing. Warlock has started up a mechanism with just the, just that. Oh, but while we're paying attention to that, there was an entangle caught on him, but oh, good Ice Path blocks into, doesn't catch the Shadow Demon with the dual breath. Oh, and look at the damage. They end up losing both the Lone Druid and the Tree Protector. Don't even get the Shadow Demon. And here we have it. We're actually going to lose the Jakiro as well. And I think this is going about as poorly as you could ask for, unfortunately. And yet, there it is. GG's called 20-3 for next level badasses at a 15-minute GG. So I mean, well played, next level badasses. That was just that tri-lane and the Skeleton King pick. I have to say, perfectly executed. Well played, guys. So, oh man, I have to say that tri-lane I went.
Someone's having technical difficulties.
That tri-lane losing that hard, just there was no recovering from that, and unfortunately, once you start to lose that hard, there isn't that much you can do about it. So, anyways, guys, we're going to be waiting for this Ancient to explode, and then after that, we will hopefully be getting as quickly as possible into game number 2. Alright, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.